machine. Angry kid, bad at every level, calling out the kings and the fish and lady devils. Paradise is burning down, words of paradise, burning down the town. He talks, he fights, he stays up through the night. Paradise is burning down, words of paradise, he wears a digital crown.
Welcome back to the CounterCast. How are all you vital idols doing? Bro, I know I say it every show. We got a hell of a show for you. But today, holy fuck, do we have a hell of a show. We got so much to talk about. 2 hours-ish to do it. So it is time to break it the fuck down. Not only is SEGA exposed, not only is there a war on Stellar Blade, Keir Starmer's fucking resigning. Tulsi Gabbard dropped a massive just expose on Fauci, confirming everything we knew. And if we can get to it, Steam prices were released. I can't do it alone. Cindy, partner in crime, lovely lady. Tell the people who you are and what you do.
Hey, cuties. I'm Censorship. I like to talk about anime and gaming, and on the occasion, a little bit of horror. My internet has been super wonky today because I got hit with a horrible storm. So bear with me. I might have
probably
to
got the shit that got me yesterday.
Probably. There might be
going off and everything.
There might be a point where I say, "Hey, can you repeat that?"
It's gonna be A-okay. Speaking of a point to repeat that, I don't want to repeat myself, so let's get right into it. Let's say hey to everybody, and then let's start the show. St. Hugo is here. Shout out Anthony Way, Clip 420, Rovax, CE Winnick. We got Future over to you, the IRL bestie. Paul, how you doing, homie? CFH90, the original cowboy from hell. Scotty G is here. Cindy will, of course, be talking to you guys in chat as well. Sleeping Nova, Devil in Red, holding it down over on Kick. Shrubby is here. I think you might be new. Welcome, Shrubby. And if you're not new, then just, hey, nice to see you again. It's been so long that I've forgotten. Jeremy Hughes Reviews is here. Master Keyhole, what is up? Avernum Solanis. I think we already got Anthony Way. Shadow Buster. Shout out to Shadow Buster. And yeah, guys, I know we don't normally talk politics on the show. This show, like we kind of do, because the pop culture and the culture war all ties back to politics. But we got to spend the first 15 minutes or so of the show going into some hard politics, because ding dong, the bitch is dead. Watch my live statement. 7 minutes of Keir Starmer being a bitch on stream about how
Lord.
he is resigning. I've not seen this yet. I've been waiting for stream. Let's go. Such fake applause. He wouldn't be resigning if he was actually that loved by the British people. These are all chills. All chills.
No, I think what it is they're cheering that he's leaving.
Oh, yeah. Like ha, later, asshole.
Yeah.
Walking up this street 2 years ago was the proudest moment of my life. A new Labour government, the first in 14 years. A
Man, they
penny
fucked that up.
returned after years of disappointment and despair. The chance to change the lives of millions of people for the better. That's what I came into politics for.
No, it's not. You came into politics to
journey to
protect dirty,
that
filthy
point
commie Muslims.
Was not easy. 6 years ago, I inherited a Labour Party that was politically, financially, and morally bankrupt.
And it still
I
is
was
all of those
told
things. Well, maybe not
time and
financially,
time
because of how much
again
you steal from your
that
own
my
people.
party was finished, that we were consigned to history, that a majority at the general election, let alone a landslide majority, was impossible.
And yet everyone
But we
fucking
proved
hates
those
you.
people wrong because we changed our party, ripping out the poison of anti-Semitism,
Oh my
restoring
God.
trust
Oh,
in the
Lord.
economy, defence, and national security, and becoming a
Ripping
party
up the
that once
poison of
again
anti-Semitism because we
stood
got to take that money
proudly
from
with,
Israel.
not against, our national flag. The hard work of change was with a singular purpose, not power for power's sake, but to change Britain for the better.
Oh, yeah?
build
How about
a
them
fairer
250,000 Muslim rapes?
with dignity and respect.
250,000 is
Where
crazy.
everyone
That's a lot
is
of rape.
seen,
Yeah.
everyone is valued.
I feel he
Wealth
should
and
experience all
opportunity are all.
250,000 of those.
It's
not
like that
just
scene in One Piece
the
where Zoro
privileged
has to take on
few.
all Luffy's pain.
Yes.
And look at what we've achieved
His butt's going to
in
hurt.
just 2 years. An economy that is stronger, growing faster than our peers. Wages rising faster than inflation in every single month since we came to power.
Yeah, since you brought in
Investment
all of these
secured,
low-class workers from the
infrastructure
third
being
world that
built,
will do all the jobs for
An end
pennies
to
in
austerity,
between cutting off people's
with
heads.
the
of course.
fastest fall in NHS waiting lists for 17 years. The biggest improvement in rights for workers and renters in a generation.
Riddle me this.
The
If
biggest
all this
uplift
was
in
true,
defence
then why are you
spending
resigning? You're
since the
doing such a
Cold
good
War.
job.
Small
He should be
boat
thrown in
crossings,
jail at minimum.
asylum hotels closing, protecting young people from social media,
You
and
Oh
fucking
half a
my
million
liar.
fucking
children
God.
being lifted out of poverty because of
He
the choices
unironically just said
that I
protecting
made.
children from social
Our
media.
reputation
Yeah.
in the world restored, with Britain once again standing up for decency, respect, and the rule of law, securing trade deals, standing with Ukraine, standing up for our values,
No one, we haven't
and
heard about Ukraine
rebuilding
in
our
like 2 fucking
relationship
years. No
with
one
our
cares.
allies in Europe. Change promised
Yeah,
by a Labour
helicopter
government.
rides, Matt Stanford.
Change
Helicopter
fought for
rides. That's your
by a Labour
resignation.
government. Change delivered by a Labour government. But I know the question being asked now is not who was best placed to change the Labour Party, to take us into power, and to begin the vital
Wait, I
work
thought you just said
of
it wasn't
improving
power for
lives
power's
for
sake. What do you
millions
mean
of
take us
people.
into power?
Those questions have been answered. The question my party is asking now is whether I am best placed to lead us into the next general election.
No.
I have heard the answer of my parliamentary party to that question,
Nope.
and I accept that answer with good grace. Every decision I've taken has been about putting the country I love first.
You.
Wait,
That
what
is
what
why
country?
I will
Uganda?
resign
Somalia?
as leader
South
of the Labour
Africa?
Party.
'Cause
I
that's
have
where all your
spoken
people are
to His
coming
Majesty
from.
the King this morning to inform him of my decision.
Palestine.
I will ask the National Executive Committee of the Labour Party to set out a timetable with nominations opening on the 9th of July and completed by the summer recess. In the case of a contest, this will ensure a new leader is in place before Parliament returns in September. I will remain in post as Prime Minister until the contest is complete.
So, I'm
And I
giving
will
up
do
power.
everything
but
I
not
can
really giving up power,
to ensure
guys.
an orderly handover.
When was the last
of
time
power.
Britain had their prime
I will
minister
also
replaced?
give my successor my full
I
and
well, I mean,
unequivocal
they
support,
do it every X amount of
knowing
years.
that
Like
they
we
will
do our
inherit a
elections,
Britain
No, I
that is
mean like
far
this.
stronger and
but
fairer than the one
Boris
I
Johnson
inherited
resigned
2
in
years ago,
2016.
better prepared for the challenges ahead, and better able to ensure the Labour Party secures a second term in office. I want to thank all of those friends and colleagues who have been at my side for these past 6 years
Dude,
or
you're a
so,
politician. You don't
for their
have friends.
incredible
You have
commitment,
temporary allies.
service and support. I want to thank the brilliant Number 10 staff and our country's extraordinary civil service who dedicate their lives to public service. And when I leave the biggest job in the country, I shall spend more time on the most important job, being the best husband I can to my fantastic wife, Vic,
In your
who's been a
nice
rock
gated
by
mansion
my
where she
side
doesn't have to worry about being
through good
raped by
times
Muslim
and
migrants.
bad,
Wait, did you say his
and
wife's
being the
name is
best dad I
Fig?
can to my beautiful children, who are my pride and my joy. Thank you very much.
You are not welcome, you slimy, smarmy cuck. So, yep, that's that. That's that. The bitch, obviously, he's technically still in until the elections happen. That's what Justin Trudeau did in Canada and whatnot. But, hey, it's a start. It's a fucking start. Helicopter rides for all of these losers. Absolutely. This is, yeah, 2-tier systems as always. Exactly. He gets to resign and go to the comfort of his own mansionette on Shonbury Avenue or what the fuck ever and make sure that his wife and kids are never beheaded or raped by the Muslims that he brought in, by these filthy, infesting termites. Oh, at least he's fucking gone. But it's not just that. Oh, shout out, yo, the first dono of the day right into the Fuck Them Cancer Kids Fund, because if you guys don't know why we're running a Fuck Them Cancer Kids Fund, you'll find out soon enough. But thank you for being the first to put some money in that fund right there. Book of Grudges with a 5-banger. I believe around 7 prime ministers have resigned in the last 10 years. That fucking many?
Jeez.
The only one I remember was Boris Johnson, because as an American, I don't actually give a fuck. I only care when it affects us, and things like the social media ban and whatnot affect us. How fucked up and how far gone do you have to be for even YouTube and Google to be like, yo, you're going too far with this? YouTube was against the social media ban. YouTube was against something the British government was doing.
A lot of people are against it. You just have the retards who aren't paying attention, and they're like, no, that sounds plausible.
And not that kind of fuck them kids, Devil in Red. Goddamn. All right, shout out Asset Warrior. Thank you for the $1 due. Let's play both y'all a clip real quick as a thank you. And you know what? I think given what we just heard and what we're about to hear, this is apropos of the situation.
The government can suck it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Because not only can the government suck it on the across the pond, but here in America as well.
Well, at least he's wearing a Gojo shirt.
What was that?
I said at least he's wearing a Gojo shirt.
Oh, shout out Tuna with a 10-banger over on Kick. Trauma Tuna, you fucking legend. Thank you so much. And then we got the late plug Money Waters. Don't tell anyone who I am. I won't. I finally figured out who you are. I won't tell anyone who you are. Shout out to you, homie. Shout out to Trauma Tuna for a mega 10-banger. Let's play y'all another clip before we get into this. You know what? Let's give you some hip hop Goku.
Plan B! This is for everyone you've killed! England, murderer! Hold your fire! This man isn't black!
Shout out. All right, we got the real life Wonder Woman here. Tulsi Gabbard resigned from her post, unlike Keir Starmer, for an actual good reason. Her loving husband, is dealing with, I believe, cancer. So she thinks that her time is best served in the home, supporting him, which is what any real woman, real wife should do. Know your role, and that's to be there for and serve your husband. But she's not leaving without dropping a fucking banger.
Before the COVID pandemic, Dr. Fauci, as head of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, provided millions in U.S. taxpayer dollars to fund dangerous gain-of-function research on bat coronaviruses at the Wuhan Institute of Virology.
You mean
Work
what we've
which
all
is
been
now
saying?
widely viewed
5
as the
years?
source of the unintentional lab leak that sparked the pandemic. Now, in support of President Trump's maximum transparency mandate, today, on my final day as Director of National Intelligence, I'm releasing never-before-seen communications and documents that expose exactly how Fauci worked with politicized career leadership in the intelligence community to suppress the truth about his actions, the virus's lab leak origins, and his role in directing U.S. funding for this dangerous research that caused immeasurable harm
Wait,
and
so the
countless
U.S.
lost
paid for
lives.
COVID to be
Now,
created?
these
Is
documents
anyone
expose
shocked?
Fauci's direct
No.
role in influencing and manipulating IC assessments on COVID-19, and how Fauci lied to Congress in 2024 when, under oath, he denied knowledge of or participation in discussions with intelligence officials about viral research. We also received testimony from multiple intelligence community whistleblowers who reported retaliation for challenging the intelligence community's manipulation of intelligence
Bigot Army in
on
the
the
house.
virus's
Thank you for the raid.
origins. Once again, revealing a clear pattern of suppressing dissent, silencing critics, and burying the truth. Dr. Fauci's close.
So you're telling me, I'm going to pause this as minimally as possible because we got some like gaming news and nerd news and things we normally cover, but we have to talk about this today. That being said, so you're telling me this dude manipulated an entire government apparatus to not only pay for COVID to exist, but then shut down the media, anyone asking questions, reporters, scientists, journalists, whatever, to manipulate the data, manipulate everything in his favor because he done fucked up. And is anybody surprised by this?
No. And is anything going to happen to him? Probably not.
Nope, probably not a goddamn thing. Again, helicopter rides. That's when we motherfucking helicopter rides. Again, shout out Hypno for the raid. Thank you so much.
Relationships with the intelligence community enabled him to assume 3 key roles that shield him from scrutiny. First, Dr. Fauci funded dangerous gain-of-function coronavirus research linked to Big Pharma and their pursuit of universal vaccines.
You know, RFK Jr.
worth
has got this
trillions of
rock hard
dollars.
boner here.
Second, Dr. Fauci was the behind-the-scenes advisor who, alongside his hand-picked so-called experts, pushed the intelligence community to endorse a natural animal origin to hide his dangerous gain-of-function research that he
so the
funded
intelligence
using
agencies lied
taxpayer
to
dollars. All of this in a deliberate attempt to cover up the truth and shift the blame and attention away from Fauci's own actions. Third, Dr. Fauci became the nation's pandemic pundit, and he publicly pushed lies, disinformation, and censorship using every platform available.
Science.
Now, according to hundreds of reviewed emails, which are included in this release, the intelligence community almost always incorporated Fauci's recommendations. He promoted a fraudulent paper whose publication he helped prompt as legitimate information for intelligence community consideration.
Late Plug Muddy Waters for 2 bangers says, tell us you can get all 3 inches. That's so fucked up. Thank you, man.
Senior analysts praised Dr. Fauci, not as a policymaker, but as what they called an unbiased guide to the real coronavirus experts,
now,
while deliberately ignoring
he's
experts
not a policymaker
who might dissent from Fauci's narrative.
But Elon Musk,
now, Fauci didn't stop there.
Official.
He blatantly lied to Congress under oath during his 2024 testimony to the House Select Subcommittee on the Coronavirus Pandemic, denying that he ever spoke to any intelligence agency about COVID. Now, the correspondence I'm releasing today.
You said, it's really hard to hear you when the audio is playing. My bad. So,
okay, it's not just me.
Okay, yeah, my bad. So what I was saying was that so remember, they're talking about him being he was not a politician. He wasn't out there giving orders or anything, when obviously he was. The same people that supported Fauci, the same people that were all like, hey, he's doing his best, he's a doctor, he's out here trying to give us all this information, and he's not a policymaker, are the same people that were throwing a fit. Elon Musk is an unelected politician, an unelected official. Yeah? Yeah, so was Fauci. Where was that energy for Elon Musk when Fauci was doing this fuck shit?
Oh, they didn't care. They fucking were wanking it to him. Holy shit.
Yup.
Today directly contradicts his sworn testimony. Now, we received statements from multiple whistleblowers revealing that the intelligence analysts who dared to challenge Dr. Fauci's COVID origin conclusions faced threats of retaliation, marginalization, and many suffered career setbacks. For example, a contractor was terminated just days after coming forward to ODNI as a whistleblower. Another example, those who advocated for the lab leak hypothesis or expressed dissenting views were reminded by their managers that leadership would determine which analysts would be promoted and which would not.
I have a question.
Ask away, because I was going to pause it and make a comment anyway. Go for it.
Well, if he's not an official in any capacity, how did he get hundreds of millions of taxpayers' dollars?
Because he is an official. He's an unelected official, but he is an official. He doesn't make the policy. He strongly recommends what policies should be done, and the government just listens. Or in this case, he directed the intelligence agencies, the FBI, the CIA, and whatnot, on what to say. That's what she just said. Was if anybody in the CIA, the FBI, these intelligence agencies said, "Hey, why don't we look at the possibility this came from a lab, not from a wet market?" They would say, "Don't forget, promotions are coming up. Wink, wink. Shut the fuck up."
Oh my gosh.
Yup. And again, by the way, none of this is new information. Like Tulsi Gabbard's presenting it as if it's new information. Any of you guys that have been following this, that knew this was bullshit from the fucking beginning, knew all this was real. This was all common knowledge. You don't need a tinfoil hat for this. This isn't even worth covering on tinfoil haters because we all knew it.
The message was clear. Go along or be punished. Senior leaders also sought to undermine whistleblowers by removing anonymity, which is required in the whistleblower process, as they made their complaints, and also insisting that their managers or attorneys be present during ODNI meetings where these whistleblowers were coming forward with their testimony, obviously creating an atmosphere of intimidation. The COVID pandemic.
Let me put this in perspective for you. Imagine we were talking about Jeffrey Epstein. Imagine if these government departments said, yeah, you can come forward and testify, but you can't be anonymous. You can't be anonymous towards the cabal of rapists that have had you in prison for how many years. That is what happened here. They're saying, yeah, if you want to come forward and say that we were lying about COVID, that's fine, but you better not be anonymous. We need your name, your face, your address, all that put on full fucking display.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so why are they wanting to suddenly parade all this around?
That is the excellent question, because it's still part of a psyop. Even if this is good information, even if this is good news, even if it's a political party I like, it is still a psyop.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yep.
Tremendous hardship and pain for millions of our fellow Americans and countless people around the world. Now, after years of lies and censorship and cover-ups, the American people deserve transparency, truth, and accountability. The tactics that were used to hide the truth are straight from the deep state playbook. Politicized, self-serving leaders like Dr. Fauci covered up their own wrongdoing and abuses of power, manipulated intelligence, lied to Congress, and undermined a duly elected president by restricting his access to the vital facts he needed to keep the country safe. It's time you know the truth.
I don't understand. No, they said it's time for accountability, and yet there is no accountability.
I agree.
All they're doing is saying it was him, but there's no accountability.
And you know, the real bitch of the bunch, there never will be. There never is. That's how politics is played. She's talking about the deep state and whatnot. There won't be any accountability. Again, helicopter rides.
Jesus.
Anyway, that's all for the political aspects. Like I said, normally we do the politics stuff on Wednesday and Thursday. That's when my political show is. But these had to be talked about now. Keir Starmer resigning. This story right here. Again, shout out Tulsi Gabbard. She is still awesome. Absolutely adore Tulsi Gabbard. Shout out to Retromeister, the tin banger. I lost a good friend of mine to COVID-19. Not by the shot, but the fear mongering. Fauci ruined so many people's lives, including Bill Gates' lives. And when you say including Bill Gates and Klaus Schwab, I assume you mean they also ruined lives. Yes. Look up COVID-19, the Great Reset. I don't need to look. I know exactly what you're referring to. Retromeister, I assume you don't join me and Cindy on Tuesday nights for our conspiracy theory show. Yes, the Great Reset is absolutely real. Shout out. Thank you for the 10 banger. Absolute legends, all of you. Let's give you guys, you know what? Some wise words from our boy Donald Trump.
I know you've done absolutely nothing productive today, but who gives a shit? You're just a weird little gay boy doing the best you can, and I'm proud of you for making it this far in life as a gay little weirdo. Keep shining.
Keep shining. Alrighty. So we covered politics. Now it is time to get into some juicy little drama. And by drama, this wouldn't be a big of a deal. In fact, I've covered this once, and I've not covered it since because at the time it was just creator drama. But now it's not. Now SEGA themselves are involved. Yes, SEGA, creators of such great games, Crazy Taxi, Virtua Fighter, and of course, my personal favorite, Sonic the Hedgehog. For those of you guys that are unaware, this VTuber right here, MiiaTzu, was accepted into the Sonic Creator Partnership Channel, officially sponsored by SEGA, and within a couple of hours, immediately dropped because of her supposed homophobic and transphobic views. Whatever. That's what it is. It sucks. We covered it. But now something else has happened. And SEGA needs to be held accountable. So we're going to go through a timeline. As you know, I was removed from the SEGA Creator Program due to the safety. After what's happened, I've been thinking, do I just say nothing? Do I let them silence me? Do I pretend I'm fine? SEGA is allowing this, mainly because of the numbers. No matter the numbers, this is wrong. The irony with these posts is just ridiculous. I'm speaking about this since I've been sitting and watching all this unfold. Where it all began was a post from a minor on this site, and my post, a YouTube short, was spread and caused people to start fuming on me. They never knew me to begin with. Because of this sole video, everything is different. I never spoke about this whole thing for no reason. I spoke about it because of what I was feeling in the Sonic community. People were telling me how to behave. I had to say, and I had no say so. I felt uncomfortable, so I had to eventually say something. Should I continue supporting someone like this? If I do, at least I have to speak the truth. I can't just allow this to happen. And that's her statement. So Sonic has a charity stream happening tomorrow. Tomorrow is the official anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog. It is the 35th anniversary. It is Sonic's quote-unquote birthday. And because of that, SEGA and the Sonic partnership have teamed up with St. Jude's Hospital for a charity stream. This is the same partnership that dropped MiiaTzu. However, one of their featured guests for the charity stream is this individual right here,
Emzberry.
Emzberry, yeah. So if you don't agree with me, that's fine. I don't hate you. This is Mia still. I don't hate you, nor will I block you. I have no reason to. You believe in what you believe, I'll do the same. I'm glad I spoke about this early in my streaming career. The dogpiling is very immature. I will stand by my belief and continue moving forward. I'm very surprised it's getting the attention now after speaking about this beginning of the year. Hope you all get the help you deserve. And then Ems, this is the person that SEGA is now endorsing the charity stream with. As a VTuber in the Sonic community, we do not approve of you in this community. I literally can't be in the Sonic community without being so out of place because of the mindset on LGBTQ. Then walk on out, buddy. Now, whatever. People have different opinions on LGBT shit. Frankly, it's gay. However, I'm being for real. By the way, what do you want from me? Not seem fake to you. Post my ID. At the end of the day, I'm just a corny Sonic fan who happens to get lucky sometimes. All this over charity, by the way. Targeting people, attacking, making shit up about people you don't even know is so fucking weird. Screams jealousy.
That's what they did.
The hypocrisy is astounding. Yes, correct. Now, what is it that people are so upset at this as an Emzberry person for? Well, Cindy, do you want to inform the class?
I actually don't know.
Oh, you don't know. Well, okay. Allow me to keep showing examples. Don't forget that you're always worth it. Don't let people decide your worth for when this isn't a decision to be made. No matter what others might think of you, you're worth it to be here. Again, talking about dumbass, queer, trans shit. Oh, but wait a moment. They missed him, and she's showing an Amy sad gift.
Fuck?
Yup. Oh, so it turns out Mia can't have thoughts on the LGBT stuff, for children. However, Ems can sit here and start and talk about being upset that they missed Trump. But it gets worse. Has gone on to call for the death of Trump supporters, has gone on to call for the death of Trump, has gone on to call to say that Charlie Kirk deserved it, made all sorts of comments about Charlie Kirk, and now has put out a response.
I was invited, or am invited. Spoiler alert, guys, I'm still invited.
You see how smug, like, people don't want this individual to be part of this. You've called for the death of half the country, more than half the country, made fun of the death of Charlie Kirk, called for the death of the sitting president, and then that's smart. So, by the way, I'm still invited. I'm still at this Sonic charity stream for cancer kids. Fuck them cancer kids. This is blood money. But anyway.
To the Sonic charity stream, that's for his birthday, right? And I'm getting like the worst end of it right now for just being invited.
No, you know
really
what?
funny. It's really
You're gonna
funny. I think it's
support
really
that
cute. Not a bunch of
LGBT
chuds that-
shit. You're gonna sit there and say awful things about all these people. I hope you take it right up the ass, you stupid fucking cunt.
They support LBT shit. They would fucking enjoy that. Like LBT, LGBT. like the acronym matters. These people don't matter.
They're constantly talking about me. But they're just like, there's just a bunch of like people who don't, they're getting it political when it does not need to be.
What a vile fucking cow.
They're getting it political when it doesn't need to be. Bitch, you called for the murder of the president, celebrated the murder of Charlie Kirk, and have called for the murder of Trump, of people that support Donald Trump. Yeah, that's pretty fucking political, but they're making it political when it doesn't need to be. How is that not making it political?
Oh my gosh. No, boycott him. I said it before already. Fucking boycott him. What a fucking cow.
Yup.
Political people just being upset because they're other whatever fucking pink chud VTuber because I said something against them.
Their other pink chud VTuber. She won't even say Mia's fucking name.
Wait, she called for death. Mia just said, hey, I don't support it, but you do you. She actually
Mia also, by the way, not only does she say I don't support it, she says she doesn't support this shit when it's being done to children and whatnot, but also that when it comes to her streams and her content, anyone's welcome. Two things can be true. You can have people be welcome in your audience, be in your streams and whatnot, and also say, hey, maybe don't cut the cock off 12-year-old Johnny.
Yeah, no, I mean, like they don't show up as much, but like I have a trans person that shows up in my chat. I'm cool with them. I don't fucking care. As long as they're not trans and kids, I could give a fuck less.
I love that she couldn't say her name. Oh, the other pink-haired chud VTuber. Say her name, you pussy ass bitch.
A while back because I still stand. Oh, by the way, I still stand by it. I'm not gonna get into who and what and where and why. If you know, you know. If you're chronically online, you'll know. But just because I don't agree with somebody and I said that they don't really belong, around the community, which I still stand by.
So Mia doesn't get to decide or doesn't get to have any opinion on who should or shouldn't be around the community, but you're the arbiter of it. I stand by saying that this person doesn't belong in the community. Who the fuck made you in charge of by the way, any community? This obviously, this whole thing is not just Sonic. This is Cancel Culture 101. This is post-2014 Gamergate stuff. We've seen this over and over. We saw this with Helldivers. We saw this with Halo. We've seen this with Sonic now. We've pretty much pick a fucking major franchise that's still getting games. We've seen this behavior.
Yeah, no, I'm so tired of this bullshit. This bitch needs to be yeeted right off the internet.
Agreed.
Like, fucking hold SEGA accountable here.
And SEGA has been getting inundated with tweets and attacks and all that, and they've not done a thing. Fuck SEGA. It's like this isn't even about the VTuber drama. This is going to lead into the fact that SEGA has a double standard. We will get into the SEGA aspects here in a bit. You just need to make sure y'all see the groundwork for what's being laid.
Everybody has an audience, and apparently I'm just not their type, and that's fine.
God, I hate her.
I'm not getting political, by the way. If anybody's worried, I'm not.
No, you're
political.
absolutely political. You fucking lying bitch.
Every bit of this is getting political. And we're going to go over what Brutally Digital said in response to this, by the way. But yes, you were correct. Every bit of this is political. You were saying, because I don't like this person's politics, because I don't like this person's moral foundations, whatnot, I am the arbiter and the decider of why they now have to be excised from the community.
Oh my God. Yeah, keep courting these kinds of people who won't pay you shit, Sega.
Yup.
Political shit in my streams. I mean, if you know this, I'll joke about Mr. Kirk here and there, but
I'll joke about Mr. Kirk here and there, but I'm just not. It's not political. It's not. I'll joke about Mr. Kirk, but it's not political. Fuck you.
The lion, the witch, the audacity of this bitch.
And by the way, I have made Charlie Kirk jokes. There are people that will no longer watch Saturday Night Hypnosis because I made a Charlie Kirk joke on Saturday Night Hypnosis. And guess what? I fully admit I'm being political. I'm also making Charlie Kirk jokes because I was a fan of Charlie Kirk and I enjoyed the things he was saying. And again, I'm a more right-leaning individual. With that being said, yeah, jokes are jokes. I'll admit jokes are jokes. Let's not pretend what you're saying are jokes. You're pretending they're jokes so that you can get away with saying them. That's the difference. You are masking your... go for it.
No, you were actually outraged when he died, okay?
Correct.
She found it funny.
She flicked her bean to that shit.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not political. I'm not like, I don't care. I don't care what you believe in. I'm here to have fun. So if you believe in things that the typical person doesn't believe in, then that's fine. As long as you don't bring politics in the chat, I don't care what you resign in. As long as you don't bring harm to people.
Bullshit. When she says, I don't care what you reside in, bullshit. Because when you actively call, which she has done, for the worst things imaginable need to happen to people that voted for him, you clearly care what side they reside in. You don't care what side they reside in when they're in your chat giving you simp money, but outside of your chat giving you simp money, you certainly care what side they reside in.
People. I don't care.
You clearly do.
Yeah, they're trying everything in their power to get me removed because I apparently, according to them, I'm the reason why their VTuber that they like got removed from the SEGA.
No, it is not just, to be fair, it is you, yes, and all those like you who think that anybody that has an opinion different from mine doesn't deserve a platform, doesn't deserve to be acknowledged, does not deserve to have, SEGA say, yeah, you can be part of our partnership community or whatever it may be. It is 1000% you and the other troglodytes like you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm so tired of this. I'm tired of them, like companies listening to stupid, shallow, vapid ass people like this who have really nothing to stand on when they say all the horrible stuff that they do say. And then but us who are just like, yeah, no, I don't support this. We get lambasted and then fucking blanket banned from everything because we just said, hey, just leave the kids alone. What the fuck?
Right. And we're simply saying leave kids alone. Sonic is a very kid-friendly IP. Even though I'm a grown-ass man, I'm fully fucking aware of this. It's a very kid-friendly IP. But beyond that, you've got that one fucking short, right? That one short of Mia saying what is the normal, sensible thing that the vast majority of people believe. You want to know how we know the vast majority of people believe it? Because Donald Trump won overwhelmingly in the election. Again, all swing states, every swing state. Like, dude, clearly this is the majority opinion. And as a company whose whole thing is catering towards children, yeah, maybe side with the person who says, hey, let's not harm children. That's not even it. The real bitch of the bunch is when we have evidence after evidence after evidence of you doing the same, if not worse, and taking it to SEGA and say, yo, SEGA, what's with the double standard here? SEGA doesn't do jack.
Oh my gosh.
Virtualmeister for a 5-banger. As a wise man once said, politics is downstream from culture. Mia deserves our support because she's not part of the leftist groupthink mob. First of all, Mia does deserve our support. I adore Mia. She's great. But no, there's one thing that's incredible about this. Politics is not downstream from culture. Culture is downstream from politics. That's a common misconception. But at the end of the day, I get what you're saying. And yes, I agree. SEGA is not being lazy. Do not chalk this up to laziness. Like, when you say SEGA is being lazy, like, there's most often than not, you should never attribute to malice with that which can be more easily attributed to stupidity. Except for, in this case, it is obvious malice. We've crossed the line from stupidity and or laziness into malice because of the blatant double standard, and that double standard being shown to SEGA multiple fucking times now. By the way, thank you. This is for you.
There's nothing more cool than being hugged by someone you like. But if someone tries to touch you in a place or in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, you touch them back.
You also
Paraded.
kind of have to be really careful with saying something is lazy, because what you do when you say that, and I'm not targeting you, Alucard. I'm sure you probably think I am, but like what you do is you sound dismissive, and when you sound dismissive, people stop listening to what the problem is, because they figure, okay, it's not a big deal because this is just being corporate, corporate being lazy, and then that's a huge problem. You cannot do that.
And which is why, even though right now we're focusing on what this dumb bitch has been saying, but this is just to draw attention to the larger issue, which is how Sega is handling this. So, like when you say you're drawing attention away from, that's an excellent point, Senny, and I want to make sure people are aware. I am drawing attention to this bitch because this bitch is a dumb bitch. But the more attention should 1000% be placed on Sega. The scrutiny should be placed on Sega. Your anger and your vitriol should be placed on Sega. There's a million dumb hoes like this that want to fucking murder the president, or a happy Charlie Kirk is dead, or murder any of us that voted for this president. These bitches exist, and you know what? They're incompatible with our way of life, but it is what it is. However, they're just individuals. But when a multi-billion-dollar Japanese corporation chooses a side, the ire needs to be drawn to the multi-billion-dollar organization.
Yeah.
Program or whatever. That's what they're running with. So they're trying to give me a taste of my own medicine. They're just jealous. No, jealous they are, but it's okay. It's okay.
So that was the thing. The clip went around, and here's what Brutally Digital says. I'm all about dark and edgy humor. I'm not going to get on her for that. Like I said, same here. But the fact that you say that you don't care, then proceed to care while also not caring about political views of others when you very well do is baffling. You don't need to be a chud or a libtard to call out the faults of others, Ems. It's about the fact that you hold standards for others, but fail to apply those same standards to yourself. And the way you're handling it by making your account private, which, by the way, is what she did, post protected now. Interesting. But making them private, you may not like Mia's views on certain topics, but the fact that you essentially said Trump voters deserve the worst is far more damning than what Mia says about LGBT. And even then, she still invites them to watch her streams and chat. Fucking exactly. But then we got this guy right here. Games Cage. Now, this is the main host of the Sonic charity stream. So, Ems, she's there. She's a member of the charity stream event. He is, if you were to look at this like a concert, right? She's the opening act. He's the headliner. He's the Led Zeppelin of this this charity stream. So a lot of people were taking this while he was streaming his DM to his stream, being like, "Hey, this individual out here calling for the death of people, celebrating the death of people, talking about murdering Donald Trump, the whole nine. This is someone that's tied to the event that you were effectively the figurehead of. Listen to what he has to say."
Emzberry, 5,000 heart emojis. I know. The mods get taken. Emzberry, Sonic. Guys, I need everyone to give Emzberry 5,000 heart emojis. Give my goat some big love, bro. She's dealt with a lot of fucking losers. And I want her to know that they will not take her away from us. Thank you.
I didn't know it was loser behavior to say, hey, can you maybe not call for the death of half the country?
I know, right? Like, what the fuck? Why is this so hard to understand?
Because these people, to be fair, it's not hard to understand. They do understand, but they need to obfuscate, and they need to misdirect, and they need to play dumb. It's that old that Millennial Woes tweet. I'm sure you're familiar with this. Hold on one sec. Image search. This right here. It's amazing how much leftist discourse is just them pretending not to understand things, thus making discourse impossible. And that's what it is. They are playing pretend.
Oh my gosh.
St. Hugo for a 10-banger. Break to lighten the mood. This is for the collector's edition fund. Wait, the collector's. Oh, shout out. Thank you. Scrap whatever you call at the moment. No, not Persona. Do you want to get sued? Tomb Raider Atlantis, a fucking course. Clock's ticking until February 14th fast. Yeah. I got some irons in the fire. But no, shout out. Thank you so much, Hugo. I absolutely appreciate that. You legend. That is a very great super chat. Thank you. It did liven the mood up a little. I'm going to give you a clip.
Name one word that starts with G pronounced like J. Gentrification. Shoot, should have thought of that. I was just in San Francisco.
Now, back to roasting these sick fucks.
Very much. Thank you very much. Bye, Ems. Don't worry. Everybody here got your back, bestie. Being honest, what's your okay? You're gonna have to rewrite that question, Sonic, because I missed it. Oh God, thank you. Yeah, you're the god. No, Jay, people love you. We were all while we were talking about yesterday and cheering you on. You're the goat.
Man, how you gotta have a dude who's in 10th place in Sonic Cross Worlds Racing be the dude who's, like running your event?
I know, right?
I'm just saying, you're second. You were in almost dead last place. That little drill attack he just used is is an item you can only get to help you
catch back up with the group.
Right, catch back up with the group. Yeah, rubber banding and whatnot. This is the dude you got for your event. This lame ass fake fucking gamer. Come on now, bro. Nah, that can't be real. And yes, to be fair, thank you for the 2-banger late plug Muddy Waters. Some of them are generally stupid as fuck. True, some of them are. However, never assume the stupidity. Always assume they're being duplicitous by nature, because you will have your guard up more.
Oh God, lock in. Perfect. Do you understand how much I need support right now? No, you're awesome, Ems. Everybody here loves you, dude.
Thank you for the dollar, Aztec.
You are thriving incredibly well. Emzberry, 5,000.
So then he has more to say. So not only is he calling everybody fucking losers, not only is he very obviously taking a side, and he's taking the side of the person that called for the death of probably nearly everybody in this chat, if I had to wager a guess. He then had this to say.
Did you see a Twitter artist drama today? There's Twitter artist drama, dude. I've seen so much bullshit, bruh. Twitter has become awful, bro. I saw people being dickheads to M's. I've seen it all, bro. I've seen too much bullshit at all times, man. I'm like, man, why can't people just chill out, bro? Just
why can't y'all? We haven't been the one with the problem. It's always been y'all. How about you shut the fuck up, you fucking twink?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Why can't people just chill out? He's been going on blocking sprees, bro. He's been going on blocking sprees over this shit because people are coming hard at him, as they should, basically being like, dude, you are in no way, shape, or form trying to be objective. You're not trying to have discourse. You want to say, oh, why can't people chill out? Why can't we all just, get along and whatnot? Fuck you. You are very obviously trying to feign ignorance to choose a side. And you know what? Maybe you're doing it because you don't want to lose that SEGA bag. Maybe you're doing it because you don't want to bite the hand that feeds you. And to that, I say, fair enough. I'm a capitalist. I understand. But let's be real. If SEGA's not going to get rid of fucking Ems for saying that the atrocious shit she has said, why the fuck would they get rid of you? So at this point, I can't even give the good grace that he's just trying not to get that SEGA to make sure he maintains that SEGA bag. He is doing this because it is an ideological alliance, and it's an ideological alliance between him and Ems and the fuck shit that they believe. Have you seen the Haggis in chat? I've not. Shout out. Thank you for the 2-banger. But no, I've not.
Stop, bro. Just calm. Enough, dude. Can you talk about the latest VTuber drama, please? No. I will not be talking about VTuber drama, but it's not drama. Fuck race, fuck trans, and fuck Twitter. I know, dude. Fuck Twitter, bro. Some people be saying some dumb shit. You know what I mean? Right?
Yeah, like Emzberry. You're saying some dumb shit.
It's awful. So poor Emzberry. I hate seeing people try to drag her down. I know. Essentially because Ems is so in a sense too, because Ems is so young too. She's only 20 years old. And she's getting.
Oh, that fucking matters, huh?
She's an adult. Oh, she's only 20 years old. Guess what? That means she's a fucking adult and needs to handle the real fucking world. And you want to know what functioning fucking adults don't do?
Wish the death of other people?
Bingo, bango, bongo. Go around wishing the death on other fucking people.
Oh my gosh. And you know what? Since she is an adult, she should understand that words have consequences. Something should happen to her. I don't mean her, nothing she should die.
You're not wishing harm. What you're saying is there should be punishment for the actions.
Yeah, she should actually get in trouble for wishing death upon other people. That used to have consequences.
Yes, it did. Chaos Smash 64 with a 2-banger. The way he sounds when he talks is pissing me off. Oh yeah, as somebody who's got the Midwest mush mouth and talks like I'm half black, to be fair, I don't have a whole lot of room to talk. But yes, I get it and I agree.
If he got the dick out of his ass, he'd sound less gay.
That's also true.
Bullshit in these school opportunities, and then you have fucking people that just hate women and then hate people succeeding.
Hate women and hate people succeeding. Bro, we're out here supporting Mia. If we hated women, then wouldn't it make sense that we would be cheering for the downfall of both Mia and Ems?
Yeah. Like, I mean, like, honestly, we're sitting here going, hey, what your treatment of a woman who just wants to make a career in a space that should be inclusive to everyone, including people that don't share your fucking stupid opinion. Okay, that's what we've been saying. You fucking hypocrite. It's always this shit.
It's always the deflection. It's always the attempt to obfuscate. Again, they make the discourse impossible by pretending not to know. Oh, it's just people that hate women. At what fucking point did I've seen a lot of anti-Ems tweets, by the way. I've seen a lot of anti-Ems tweets. Not a single one of them had anything to do with being a fucking woman. Had to do with being an evil, malignant, narcissistic scumbag. Frankly, I've seen just as many posts about and worse posts directed at Hassan for the exact same shit, because her and Hassan do the exact same shit. But you don't make the claim they're doing it to Hassan because he's a man. No, it's because he's a malignant narcissist. Stole that from Saturday Night Hypnosis, by the way. Shout out Malignant Narcissist. Greatest band ever. Retro Meister with a 5-banger. I'm in a Sonic fan since the cartoons and comic books. Besides the games themselves, I'm so tired of these tourists and fake fans running so many fandoms. Fucking preach, brother. Absolutely. And then we got ACC for 20 knock. I have no idea what that is, but shout out, thank you. What happened to the left's words or violence? That's an interesting question, right? What happened to words or violence? That was the left's whole mentality. Words or violence. Hey, you can't call a tranny by its actual biological fucking pronouns because words are violence. But wouldn't it then logically follow that when you wish for the death of half the country and the sitting president, that those same words would be fucking violence? Very astute of you. Well put. Thank you for the 2-banger. This is for you.
Delete that shit right now!
In this world, you know what I mean? So it's fucking crazy, dude. My kid, she just turned 20. She just turned 20, bro.
Yeah,
she's been
an
a
adult
young
for 2
soul,
years.
right?
She's been an adult for 2 years. Late plug in Muddy Waters with a 5-banger. Guy with the gay in his name asks why they can't move to Blue Sky. Lol. Gamer Cage, gay game. That's funny. By the way, there's only one gamer on the internet with Cage the name you should be listening to, and that's Cult fucking Classic Cage.
Mm-hmm.
There.
So yeah, that was his whole thing on it. So this will be the last thing we read from Mia, and then we'll put this whole drama to bed, and we'll talk about something else. The hypocrisy of this clip is insane. Hate women and hate people succeeding. This has nothing to do with gender. I don't know why gender is being brought up, and I guess people are going to ignore what Im said and pretend like she did nothing wrong. These people have the numbers and can easily get away with this stuff. It sickens me. It really sucks that I have to make these posts to show the truth. Fidel, aka
do you see a Twitter artist drama today? There's Twitter artist drama, dude.
No one wants to hear you. Get the fucking dick out your mouth. AKA Games Cage, defending Emzberry despite the violent posts she made about Kirk and joking about him. Joking about stuff like this is messed up. Now, frankly, I disagree with me here. I don't give a fuck. I give a fuck when you're lying and it's not actually jokes. You're just using it as a joke to mask the fact that's how you really feel. But anyway, we know, again, jokes are jokes. The dono goal today is literally called the "fuck them cancer kids" thing. Do I think the cancer kids deserve to die? No, absolutely not. Now, I do believe in Darwinism, so we'll see what happens. Some of these little fuckers we might not need. Some may just need to walk off the cliff. Like, be strong, chitlins, but if you don't make it, you don't make it. There's 8 billion of us on the world. We'll be fine. That's not the point. Point is, jokes are jokes. We don't see eye to eye on trans stuff and people instantly turn around. I also want to be clear. Harassing someone is different than speaking up for what's right. If you're harassing Ems, it will not make this any better and it will make our message mean nothing. Also, I'm not a political person. Yeah, you are. Let's be real. You are. You don't like it, but the LGBT and the trans shit and whatnot has become inherently political. So when you comment on that, you are a political individual. You may as well admit that. To me, it seems like Mia is lying to herself here. Hey, thank you for the 100 duels, homie. Thank you. Appreciate you, Kurumi waifu. Anything close from that was my opinion on trans surgeries. Everything else I wish to stay away from. I'm mostly not aware of politics, and I wish to keep it that way. Keep violence and politics out of video games. No, keep violence in video games. Violence needs to be in video games. Violent video games are fucking awesome. Anyway, but
no, I agree with that.
So, what are your final thoughts after seeing all this nonsense?
I mean, like, we've been putting up with this for how many years now? This needs to fucking come to an end. Like, it has gotten so absurd. They can't even keep up their own rhetoric because they keep forgetting it because they don't actually believe it. They just
they don't live by it. They don't practice what they preach.
They just want to be violent towards others who they deem, like, suitable targets and then bring everyone down who is just like, hey, how about you just leave her alone? These are inherently evil people who do not have your best interest in mind. I completely agree with everyone who's saying, hey, boycott Sega and this whole, event. If you're going to allow people like this into that event, I hope you go bankrupt, period. I don't care what the cause is for. You allow these evil ass people in, I hope you go bankrupt.
Well, and you want to know the funny thing? Again, Games Cage, fuck him. He's a retarded, disingenuous asshole. Emzberry, fuck her. She's a retarded, disingenuous asshole. But really, the big villain here, the big villain is Sega. Sega's the villain for tearing away something that Mia worked so hard for due to lies, accusations, allegations, and straight up fucking falsehoods by a bunch of fucking blue-haired freaks on the internet that weren't going to buy a goddamn Sonic game anyway, that didn't watch Mia anyway. But here's you want to know who the real loser is? Because it's not even Sega. Now, Sega's where most of your ire needs to be addressed. Again, if you want to be angry at Games Cage and Emzberry and whatnot, go for it. Fuck them. They're worthless. But really, most of your ire should go towards Sega because they are allowing this. They're perpetuating this. Sega is basically choosing a side. Even I saw someone in the chat earlier say they're burying their head in the sand. No, they're like, maybe they are, but I bet it's even more diabolical than that. They have chosen the side. They know this is a side because they think this is the winning side, despite all evidence to the contrary in every single statistical metric. But you want to know who the biggest loser in all of this is?
Who's that?
The fucking cancer kids, because now there's so many people boycotting this cancer charity stream because Sega has allowed this to perpetuate. Then guess what? That's going to be less donos going to those little bald fuckers.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with Lithium here. Sega wants to trans your kids. That's why they're fighting so hard for them.
Yup. Can't disagree.
Well,
anyway.
Such an infuriating thing. It's awful. Like, I really want all these people out of our entertainment.
Poker race or Poke race. It's funny. Segue into my next topic. And by the way, no, don't do that. By the way, people, no reporting Sega to payment processors. That's fucking ridiculous. All right, we got a couple soups that just came in. Let's go ahead and hit those. I think there's one or two before that. No, there was not. Okay, perfect. Yo, Book of Grudges with a fucking 50 banger. A 50 banger, you legend. Can we stop the infantilization of people in their 20s? They're adults. If you're old enough for adult responsibilities, you're old enough for adult consequences. The mindset's how you get adults in their 30s and 40s who still act like toddlers. Fucking
based.
I don't know if you got thoughts on this. I was out on my own. I was a fucking teenage runaway. I ran away at 16. All right. I've been on my own since I was 17. I got caught the first time that I ran away again. And I've been on my own since 17. Fucking sleeping out in my car, still going to high school, still working a job. Eventually got 18 years old. I actually got an apartment, the whole nine. I've been a goddamn adult since I ran away at 17 with 6 pairs of clothes and 2 guitars, and that was it. And you know what? I'm fucking fine nowadays. The infantilization of people in their 20s, oh, they're a kid. No, the fuck they're not. First of all, it used to be prepping children by the age of like 12 or more to be ready for the adult fucking world. Because you're going to spend the vast majority of your life as an adult, and it's it's an unkind, cruel fucking world. So this is mind-blowing. Oh, so-and-so's young. People being young does not excuse them from being fucking retarded. Now, you could be like, hey, they made a dumb mistake because they're young and they don't have the world wisdom. But guess what? That means they just gained new wisdom. Assume learn from the situation, fucking apply it.
No, I completely agree. I'm tired of people not being held accountable for the shit that they say, that they do. Oops, sorry. It is like, look at the Carmelo Anthony stuff. I know we're not getting into it, but there's zero accountability.
Get into whatever. There's zero accountability from the black community about the fact they're rioting over the fact that somebody's put in jail for stabbing a bitch in the heart. And they're like, 35 years is too much. Motherfucker, he should have gotten the goddamn electric chair as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I don't want to spend fucking taxpayer dollars on their shit.
Keeping him alive for 35 years? Yeah, I don't.
That. But no, it's gotten to this point that we can't, we gotta stop with the lack of accountability. The bitch said what she said. Okay, I think she should get deplatformed, quite frankly. I'm so sick of people wishing harm upon others, actual legitimate death upon others. I'm so fucking pissed over people like this who can get away with it and then just be like, oh, well, I didn't know. I'm only 20. Bitch, you had your whole life up to this point to learn a fucking lesson. You chose not to learn. Okay, the world still goes on. We do not care whether or not you knew it. If you want violence to happen to somebody else, you deserve every ounce of consequences you get from it.
Sydney B on her fighting game shit, son.
Oh man.
Shout out, thank you for the 50 banger. Almost forgot to play your fucking clip. Here, let me play a clip that I'm sure that the Emzberry supporters will enjoy, the LGBTQ tards will enjoy, because I bet you're also into bestiality. Here's some horsecock.
Horse semen's great.
I'm digging horsecock.
Is your cock a horse cock? You will never hear me say it nay. Ooh, as I keep more.
My favorite stallion I keep in my top drawer kinda goes hard though.
Cause there is no cock like horse cock. Send your asshole into shock and eat horse.
I don't know how we're going to ever top horsecock.
Now, to another pressing issue within the gaming community. I'm sure that you're aware of this. I don't know if you've talked about it in your stream or not, but I'm sure you're aware of this. Stellar Blade fans have spotted that some of the users on Reset Era and other groups are reporting the game to payment companies like Visa and Mastercard. They want to boycott the game, especially after Shift Up will reveal more outfits and content for the game. They think the protagonist is too young, and they start by banning discussion of the game altogether. Now users there claim to be reporting it regularly. Yep, Visa, Mastercard, payment processors. I'm sure you heard about this, Senny.
I actually have not.
Oh, so this is all new to you. Yes, the same people that were using the Karen tactics of collective shout, the fact that we got all those video games banned from Steam. Manga has been being banned in Japan due to the payment processors since like 2024. I've been covering it since then. They're now trying to use those exact same tactics on Stellar Blade Blood Rain.
Oh my gosh. That also is a huge overstep of the payment processors. Like, they should not dictate what we are allowed to spend our money on. I've been very strongly against that for a while now.
They absolutely should not. Now, to be fair, as it currently stands, there seems like there is no information from the payment processors themselves saying they're taking it seriously or anything like that. And in fact, the CEO of Shift Up came out yesterday, the day before, basically making fun of this in an interview, being like, dude, we don't fucking care. We're going to release the game we want to release and nothing's changing, which based Shift Up for doing that. But the fact that these people, like, it's the idea, it's the mentality that I will never understand, which is, if you don't like the thing, if you don't want the thing, fucking fine. However, why, if this were to work, let's say we live in the bad video game ending, right, where this does work, and Visa and MasterCard just say, you know what, we're not going to process payments for Stellar Blade 2. Why would it stop there? At what point, what's the thing that you like, person who fucking hates Stellar Blade? What's the thing that you love? Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis? What's to stop the Visa and MasterCard and the payment process from being like, well, you know what? We're super anti-gun and super anti-short shorts, and she's got guns and short shorts, so we're now not going to allow for the payment processing of Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. And they're like, what? Why? I wanted the game. Yeah, well, guess what? You started this shit. You opened the door to it. You opened Pandora's box when you called for this and said this is morally, social, and socially acceptable.
Yeah, I hate this. I as cool as our timeline is, like, sometimes it's more infuriating the further we go in. Like, I'm so tired of this shit. Oh, just let us create games. We play them. The people who bitch about it don't. Okay, like, let's be real here.
Mr. Melancholy for a 2-banger. These people are the fascists they scream about. Yes, correct. And the funny thing is, they never stop to think of the future. They want to scream, think of the children, but they'll never think of the fucking future, which is, well, what happens when those same children that you're screaming about, thinking about, don't have anything because these large conglomerations control everything down to the legal products you spend your fucking money on. Retromeister for a 5-banger. Evil will always hate true beauty and sexuality, just like how the Wicked Queen hates Snow White. Minus Rachel Zegler. Feminists have ruined culture. It is more than just feminists, but they are a large part of it. Yes, absolutely agreed. Thank you so much, homie. This is for you.
I'm on HIV medication, and I want Leon to rail me.
Everyone knows I'm against reporting games to payment processors. Spoiler alert, by the way, he's not. But in the case of Stellar Blade Blood Rain, Shift Up is solely responsible for this whole EV debacle. Its CEO was all cocky, reposting owns. Victory laps always come with a bill. Always. He is basically, notice he says, in the case of Stellar Blade Blood Rain, basically saying, I'm going to claim I'm against contacting payment processors. I'm going to claim I'm against censorship. But this time it's okay.
Why? Because you don't particularly like the way a model looks. Like, and like they've already shown who her fucking model is. Like, you can't say this and then just be like, oh, but I'm morally against it. She doesn't exist. She's not real. She is actually an adult. And like, oh my God, I hate people.
But the grift is exposed because his very next post underneath. Tired of censorship ruining your games? Join the 550 plus investors and players getting business cases of great games, the design principles behind hits, the playbook on how to fix modern gaming. So you're shilling your fucking subscription service or whatnot. That's what it is. Like, there is no moral stance here. There is no ethical stance. There is no consistent philosophical stance. This alone just proves it's the grift. 6 likes, 26 comments. I didn't even read any of the comments. Holy shit. Let's see. This is you supporting censorship. Oh, yeah, we'll get to that. I'm pretty sure I have this bookmarked just in case. I'll grab this just in case. You're literally supporting censorship with your recent commentary regarding the new Stellar Blade game. Did you really post this right before supporting censoring Stellar Blade? Ironic. Isn't it ironic? Now you're just openly grifting. How cringe can you get? Like, dude is being destroyed. It's beautiful. And then
Good.
It gets better. I'll say it again. I'll never get tired of saying it. There's a significant difference between being pro-censorship and calling out Shift Up for making a terrible marketing decision, replacing
Like
E.
you.
The CEO taunting critics and in doing so adding fuel to the backlash, which would inevitably invite censorship pressure. Really, because last I checked, a game that had a whole lot of controversy around it ended up being the highest selling game the year it was released. Do you know what game I might be referring to?
The first Stellar Blade?
No.
Which one?
Hogwarts motherfucking Legacy.
Oh, okay.
Think about it. The thing that he was championing Hogwarts Legacy for, hey, don't bend the knee to the wokies. Oh, yeah, J.K. Rowling hates trans people, so she's super base. Everyone, go buy this game. You are real fucking keen on getting in and all the pro drama to support this game because it would own the left. But now all of a sudden, hey, adding fuel to the fire is a bad idea.
You know, it's kind of funny though. Look at his tweet that you're highlighting. He said making a terrible marketing decision. He did too. He put his own marketing underneath that post that he knows is bullshit. Okay, the CEO
got ratio
critics.
for it.
Yeah, no, the
You're
CEO
right.
taunting critics. He's taunting us for the shit that he's saying, and it's just like you are literally doing
and it's
what
blowing
you're
up in his
saying.
face. He's openly admitted he has lost so many followers, and he tries to cope and be like, hey, anytime I lose followers over the EV stuff is actually a good thing. That's not who I want to follow me anyway. Well, guess what? The more followers you lose, the less people there are to buy your hack fucking product. There's a difference between being pro censorship and calling shit out for. No, dude, you are just straight up pro censorship. Let's go. In fact, he has been calling out me and Jay Viper and V and Kada for being anti-censorship. He has been calling us out for being anti-censorship. So if you're going to call us out for being anti-censorship, then wouldn't that mean that you are definitionally pro-censorship?
Yes.
By the way, I am pro-censorship. I don't want to see genderqueer in kids' schools. That's censorship Definitionally, I don't want people to be allowed to spread communist propaganda in our streets and our news cycles. I don't want Muslim ideologies in our country. I am for the mass censorship of Muslims and commies. I admit I'm pro-censorship.
Oh man. Yeah, but they can't because he's being a performative asshole that just wants to have money. He's the literal definition of a grifter. He doesn't believe anything that he's saying.
So then we got this thing of beauty right here. This absolute gem. So this is the original, that everyone knows when it gets reporting games to payment processor shit. But Emerald came in.
Oh fuck.
The very thing you hate. The anti-censorship guy turning into pro-censorship activists, just like the leftists, because you've twisted monolithic view on female beauty. You have become the dude no one cares. Shift Up made a terrible business decision replacing Eve, a symbol of elegance and beauty, with that childlike androgynous thing. Then its CEO goes and taunts everyone who criticized Eevee's design, and now the whole pro-Eevee faction is at all surprised when people on the reset whatever are trying to reach out to payment processors. None of this should be surprising. People did this with the first Stellar Blade! People called Eve pedo bait. This would have happened if Eve was still the star of Stellar Blade 2. This would be happening regardless because it happened the first time.
Yeah, no, they just want things to bitch about, and they found one with Eevee. I knew the moment I saw her that they were gonna just be like dogpiling all over it. It was like, oh shit. And I could fucking applaud Shift Up for just being like, you know what? This is how she looks. You guys can go fuck yourselves if you don't know what a Korean looks like.
And by the way, dude, no one cares. Actually, clearly people do care because we're calling out your grift. We are the ones being consistent here. We're the ones that have been consistent the entire fucking. I dare you go back through my channel. I dare you to find one thing that I've been inconsistent on that's not a potential natural evolution of my beliefs. Like, yeah, when you watch my early channel, I'll fully admit, be like, hey, I'm a libertarian-oriented kind of guy. Muslims can come here and whatnot as long as they, conform and capitulate to our American way of life. I've since learned that's impossible. Their way of life is literally incompatible with ours. I've changed my views, but give me something I've actually been inconsistent on. Said one thing, done another, changed my beliefs, flip-flopped it just for the grift or for the clouds. You're not going to be able to because it's never fucking happened. Yours, on the other hand, yeah, that's why you're losing followers because people do care.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's saying, dude, no one cares. And yet you're hemorrhaging followers. I wonder why that is. How interesting.
Grow up. Sounds like you were the one who could benefit from the growing up when you pull the nuclear option just because you don't like a design. You know as well as I do, the whole cancel campaign comes from a place of degenerate moral panic when they conflate youthful adult appearance with pedophilia. They did the same thing with Eve. Even Emerald says it. They did the same thing with Eve from the first game. They're going to do the same thing again. That's why this is a grift. That is exactly because he knows he can get some fucking X support. Yes, people in the chat said it. Rent is due. But here's the funny thing. Because when he says that, Eve is the symbol of youthful beauty, what is this androgynous thing right here? Well, that's a good question. Grifting LARPer called Lily Lucy. Lucy. Extraordinary secondary character from the original Stellar Blade. Beautiful, inspiring, tomboyish, great companion to Eve and Adam.
Oh my God, the fucking idiot.
He's, again, can't even keep his own stories not consistent. When I called Eevee a tomboy, he said went on this fucking diatribe that tomboys don't fucking exist. That this is an androgynous child meant to. If tomboys don't exist, why did you, right here, beautiful, inspiring, tomboyish?
I'm fucking tomboy, you stupid motherfucker! Oh my God.
And don't worry, Yamato, we're gonna get to that next. I just want to continue handing out these absolute L's. Yours is chart aged like milk. So I'll say it again. I'll never get tired of saying it. We all saw that. So Jay Viper said, this is you supporting censorship with your they had it coming attitude. You should be pushing against payment processor shit, not supporting it, regardless of your position on Eevee. Not supporting her design is different than you supporting censorship, which is exactly. And then he says, yeah, Shift Up had it coming. I'm just laying out facts. no, it's such uncomfortable truth for the faux anti-woke out there. Again, I'm not anti-woke. No wonder the woke hijacked the entire gaming industry in record time. Dude, you started talking on X like a year, 2 years ago, maybe. I've been doing this shit since fucking Gamergate, son. Let's be real. There was no in record time. This was years, and it was done by way more. It had way more to do with like World Economic Forum, United Nations, people finding a grift in victimhood because there's money to be made there. Let's be real. That's what it stemmed from. It had nothing to do, like, the ideologies were secondary. It started off as just an emotional grift. But that being said, even if you don't like Eevee, right? Even if you think that you know what, I don't want to play as a character that looks this young. First of all, I agree with you, Cindy. You've never seen a fucking South Korean woman before. But let's say you do actually think that. You're really okay with claiming that you're anti-censorship, but also handing over all the power to the payment processors, the people that have the most censorship power in the world, because they control the money. That's what the payment processors control the money. Who in the world has more censorship power than the people that control the money? That's the real reason this matters. Not because of the dumb shit that Yorch says, but because he's capitulating and advocating for the people that control the money.
Yes.
We've seen this happen with manga in Japan. We've seen this happen with Steam. We've seen collective shout. We've seen this happen in Australia with GTA 5 and Kmart. That was to a lesser extent. It was just Kmart, or maybe it was Target. I don't remember which. Either way, refusing to sell the game due to collective shout's actions. This is not. You are advocating for people to give up the last vestige of what is true freedom, which is capitalism, which is the free market, the choice to buy and trade goods and services, as long as they're legal, based on what you can offer monetarily or service-wise in return in exchange for something else. That is the most fundamental, basic human freedom, at least for anyone that believes in the concept of property rights.
Is he gay?
Oh, probably.
Like, I just don't believe he's ever seen real women before.
Now, we can get to the petition. Some users have started a petition to protect Stellar Blade Bloodrain's youthful character from sexualization. These people are asking for maintain Eve's current younger visual design, but ensure no revealing or highly suggestive outfits. Adjust Eve's overall design so she clearly appears as a young adult. So yes, we now have a petition saying not to sexualize Eevee.
These are the same people who sexualize fucking trans shit.
Well, now to be fair, I actually brought this up as a bit of good news, because there is good news here. It's only got 51 fucking signatures.
You know what? We also have good news. Shift Up will probably just make so much fun of this shit.
Oh, for sure. Dude, for sure. First of all, we all know what Asian women look like. Most of y'all motherfuckers in this chat are anime fans. And anime fans, they got them Asian bitch fetishes. I don't think a single person in my chat or your chat, Cindy, looked at this. At least their subscribers and actual regular viewers looked at Eve and thought anything beyond, yep, Asian character. That's simple. But dude, this narrative is so fucking unpopular. They couldn't even muster up more than fucking 51 signatures.
They're not gonna play it anyway. Why does it fucking matter? Like, oh my gosh. And I've said this before, but it really does matter on camera angles. So they went out of their way to find out like camera angles that made her look younger. Like, it's stupid.
I will never get tired of the Eevee discussion, mainly because it has become the litmus test for whether or not you understand Asian culture. Like, at least, East Asian culture, South Korea, Japan, shit like that. Because this is everything we've always had in video games. It is like when you talk about like JRPGs or fighting games, you talk about Sakura from Street Fighter or Tifa from Final Fantasy VII. Motherfucker, like this is not that I care, by the way, not that I care in the slightest, but if we're being objective here, look at the PS1 art, and I don't mean the in-game art because they're all blocky and shit, but like the hand-drawn art that's in the instruction booklets and stuff. Look at the original PS1 art of Tifa. She looks way younger than Eevee. Again, I don't care because I don't give a fuck about stuff like that. But if we're being objective, you should really be against Tifa then, because Tifa looks straight up younger than Eevee.
Yeah, no, I thought she was like 17.
I don't know how old she is in game. I know Jessie, I think, is 15, but I don't know how old Tifa is.
Yeah, I thought they were all like super fucking young. Like I don't, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, again, it doesn't matter because it's fucking fictional characters. But
oh my gosh,
got a couple more. Here we go. I was stationed in South Korea for 2 years. It's just what Korean women look like in their 20s. I know. Again, bro. My Japanese teacher, now again, Japanese, not South Korean, but you know all Asians look like. She was 25 when I was in high school. We looked the same fucking age. Like I was 17 in high school taking Japanese class. She looked the same age as me. She was 25 fucking years old. She had a good 7 years on me. You would not have known the difference between us. Yet she was leading an entire class of us hellions. Like my stepmom is fucking Filipino. Okay, I know a little bit about what Asians fucking look like.
I mean, that's totally fair. Being Asian myself, I have like an older half sister who's in her 50s, and bitch looks 35.
Hold on. What did Hypno just say? Hold on. It's the combination, Leon. Asian plus fat equals okay. Nothing plus fat equals okay. If you are fat, friendly fucking reminder, you don't deserve love. Anyway, Asian plus petite equals pedo bait rage online. If Eve's face was a fat bitch, well, to be fair, we would all be complaining. Like me and you, I would 1000% be making videos like, yo, why did they make this bitch fat? But I get what you mean. No, I get what you're saying. Alrighty, that's enough with the Stellar Blade stuff. We actually got through a lot of those tabs in time. I was getting nervous because we gotta be on Nick's show in like 40 minutes. So I do. You're not on there tonight, but I do. But we got something else. Some major gaming news dropped today. I don't want today to be all fucking drama and stuff. And while I do think that SEGA needs to be held accountable, while I do think that the payment processors need to be held accountable, I also want to talk about, well, good news? Question mark? I think it's fine, but I want to get your guys' thoughts, and definitely you guys in chat. So Sev says, price competitively enough with the insane high price of Xbox and PlayStation to tell normies, hey, you should own a PC instead without paying for PC prices. Question is whether this is enough to sway the console players away from Sony or Xbox. Steam machine prices revealed. First of all, I just want to say, fuck you, I was right. And Hypno as well, because Hypno and I said the same thing. I think Sevi did as well. That it was going to be 1,000 to 1.2K, right? That was so the base model, 1,049, 512 gigs, AMD Zen 4 6C, semi-custom RDNA 3, 28 CUs, 16 gigabyte DDR5, 8 gigabyte GDDR6 VR RAM. So that's not bad. I mean, my PC's way better. That's not bad. 512 gigabyte NVMe SSD micro SD card slot, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, gigabit Ethernet, integrated Steam controller, wireless adapter, small form factor. It's a 6-inch cube, and Steam OS 3. So first of all, base model, just base model. What are you thinking on the price? Is this worth it?
Not for me. Like
well, in general and for you. Explain why not for you, and then talk about in general, because I have a similar thought.
I don't know. Well, having just dropped like an exponential amount of money on a new PC, like $1,000 is a bit much. Like, I don't know. People really don't have a lot of money. You're pricing people out by putting it up into the $1,000 range. Like,
why? Why?
Are we not having a hard, like, I don't know what the word is. Like,
Well,
Inflation
we're
has
not
been
actually
insane.
we're not actually having a shortage. That's an artificial.
No. I wasn't thinking shortage.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You said I thought you were not having like a shortage of like the RAM prices and whatnot.
No, I think that's bullshit. But it's nobody's got this much money to just throw around. Like
But
we can't.
But
What?
you're saying the $1,000 is too expensive, right?
Yes,
A PS5 Pro is $900.
I think it's stupid.
Oh, okay, my point is though, if we're going to be looking at prices and whatnot, then we need frames of reference, frames of comparison. Now, you said yourself you spent a bunch of money on a new PC. Me too. I spent $3,500 building this new PC. We can't pretend that like, nobody has. Do I disagree with the rise of prices and whatnot? Yes, obviously, but that is the world we live in. I mean,
Yeah, but your PC is your job,
right? But hey,
the Steam machine is entertainment. That it's not really your job. It's
no, but the Steam machine is effectively a low-end PC. Unlike a PlayStation or an Xbox, it is a low-end PC. Now think about it. If someone's going to spend $900 on a PS5 Pro, which they are doing, they're selling, and then they're buying all the games at what? $60, maybe a sale is at 40. Whereas, yeah, you spend $150 more on the Steam machine, but you're getting your games on Steam sales for $2 and $3. I mean, what point does it not pay for itself and has far more longevity than the PlayStation?
I don't know. Go for it.
No, that's my point. It's like I actually think $1,000 for a low end PC makes perfect sense. That's why I said when this was announced, it was probably going to be $1,000. I think $1,000 for a low end PC is, for one, completely normal. Also, it'll pay for itself. And unlike a PlayStation or an Xbox, this is upgradable, just like a regular PC. So you can buy additional parts and whatnot over time and upgrade it.
I still think it's too much.
Well, I mean, what should it be?
I don't know. How much? Like 700, I would have found acceptable, but I just think 1,000 is just too much.
Can you play video games on a $700 PC right now? If you were to go in and buy a pre-built low-end PC for $700, it would be able to play any modern games.
My point is, I think it's too much. I don't care.
I get you think that.
Leon, you're not listening. I don't care about the fact. I'm telling you, as a person who has a hard enough time buying fucking groceries, this is too much.
Okay, right. Guess what?
I'm just giving you
I can't
my
afford
opinion.
a new car right now as much as I would like one, because cars are fucking expensive. You're not looking this the right way. The question isn't whether it's too much or not, because everyone's going to be in different financial situations. That's just the way the world works. All right, everyone's going to be in different financial situations.
But it's still just my opinion. You don't have to like it. You don't have.
No.
I don't have to.
Jenny,
see
I'm not asking you. What I'm asking you to do is examine your opinion, take yourself out of the opinion, and look at objectively. Okay,
Objectively looking at other people, this is too much. For people who are basically low income, they're not going to be able to afford this. It's too much.
It's not for them. Not everything's for everyone. We make this argument all the time. Gatekeep.
Yes, that's true. But I'm just saying, if you want to appeal to the masses, it's too expensive, in my opinion.
But Steam doesn't need to appeal to the masses. Steam is a multi-billion-dollar private company. Why do they need to appeal to the masses?
Okay, and people already spent their money on a computer. Why would they need to buy this?
No. See, hold on. This is where you're thinking wrong. Yes, for me and you, this isn't worth it. It's not worth it because of the price. It's not worth it because we're already at our PCs all day. But if someone's got the option of the $900 PlayStation 5, the $2,500 PC, or the $1,000 low-end gaming PC, and they're gonna want any of them either way, then yeah, what makes more sense? Assuming someone doesn't have a PC, assuming their option is get a PC, get a PlayStation or Xbox or whatever, or this, which one actually logically makes the most sense? That's what I'm asking you.
Sure, go for it.
No,
I'm already checked out of this conversation.
Well, you check the fuck back into it, because that's why we're having a conversation here.
I've made my stance. This is how I feel.
Okay, that's not a stance. I asked you a question. Now answer the motherfucking question.
You can't ask for my opinion to be like, no, you're wrong.
No, okay, no. I asked for your opinion on the price, and it was too much. You gave an example, so now I'm digging further, because your reasoning is You could still believe it's too much, fair enough, but you need to give a consistent reason. So when I ask you a hypothetical, which is someone has the option.
Hypno. I agree. Bring it to Hypno. He'd be at a baby. He'd
Well, yeah,
be
no,
able to have this conversation better than I will. I do not.
Yeah, but
know
I'm bringing it to you because you're my partner, my co-host, and you're the one.
Oh my God,
right now,
Leon, shut the fuck up! I do
No.
not have an opinion. Aside from that, I have no.
So what you're
facts
saying is you're acting like the
aside-
woke lefties and basing everything on emotion instead of trying to be logical.
by saying,
Gotcha.
"Hey, people can't fucking afford this," is making me a lefty. Sure,
But
Right
where's
on.
your evidence for that? Are people
I
buying
don't know.
the
I
$900
didn't exactly have
PlayStation?
time to prepare, so yeah, I don't fucking know.
Are people buying the $900 PlayStations? Yes or no?
Sure, but they're also freaking out because not a lot of people are buying those $900 PlayStations.
Where? I've not seen that.
I've been hearing about it. I don't know. Go fucking look it up. You didn't give me time to fucking prepare, you twat.
Go fucking Google it real quick then. God damn, you're at a computer like you said. Which, by the way, you were able to afford a computer, so clearly a Steam machine's not without a reach. If you just saying.
Okay. Sure, go for
All
it.
I'm asking for is logical consistency here. That's
I have
all
none.
asking
I'm a
for.
woman. Please move
Okay,
on.
that is true. That's fair. You definitely don't have that because you're a woman. I'll accept. This is the one time I'll accept the "I'm a woman" thing as a proper excuse.
Okay.
So, second price tier. Sorry, this is the same one but with the controller, 1128. And then the 2 terabyte version, 1300, well 1350, and then 2 terabyte with a controller, 1428. Now, frankly, I don't care about the controller integration. I don't see a reason if an Xbox. Well, I also don't know if Xbox controllers will automatically work, but they probably will. I don't see the hype of the Steam controller. To me, that one doesn't. It doesn't make sense to me. Now, I'm not saying I'm wrong about it, but it just doesn't make sense to me. The Steam controllers looks like another regular controller. Leon, you fucking twat. Yes, apparently I'm a fucking twat. Sell down, Leon. Framing it your way is to control the conversation on your terms. Correct. Yes, that is how debates and conversation work. And when I asked her for her thoughts, and you can feel free to
No,
expound
you
on
said
them, they
debate.
didn't
You
make
wanted my
sense.
opinion, not a
Right,
debate.
and when your
I
opinion
gave you
didn't-
my opinion.
And when
I
your
had
opinion
nothing
didn't
set
make
up
sense,
for a
Cinevere, I
debate,
asked you
so
to
you're
elaborate
just sitting
on
here
it.
bullying me for no,
No,
for
because
shits
when
and giggles.
okay, if
I've
you
got
say a
nothing.
thing,
What do you want me to say?
because you said a thing and it didn't make sense, so I asked you to fucking elaborate on it. When it didn't make sense when you elaborate on it, I asked you again. So far, all you said is appeal to emotion. Said I feel like this.
No,
Great.
I'm appealing to my wallet and how I can't afford shit and how I'm not the only one.
And again, yeah, everyone's gonna have different financial situations or whatnot. I'm talking about in general. In general, for the parts in this, for what it offers and whatnot, is it fair? You said no, which fair enough, you can hold that opinion, but now say why. Because I don't understand your mentality as to why this is not a fair price. And you could be right, but I need to hear it.
I just said it. As a person who cannot afford this shit. And I'm not the only one.
Stop.
It's not
Again,
an
I said
emotional
take yourself out of it.
appeal.
Take yourself out of it. I get that you can't afford
I'm
it.
not the only one, you shithead.
Dumbass. Shut the fuck up for a moment, okay?
Nobody can afford this shit. It's too fucking expensive.
You say nobody. I could afford this shit right now if I wanted to. Now I'm not going to, but I could. So you can't say nobody can afford this. That is objectively wrong.
I'm curious how many of you in chat are like able to just drop $1,000 like tomorrow for something like this.
Let's make a poll. Let's make. There's actually a very easy way to answer that. We can literally just poll the chat right now. Start a poll. Will you be getting a Steam machine? So that's the first one. And then we'll do, is it too expensive afterwards? We can run 2 polls. We can do this in real time right now. Because if your argument hinges entirely on the average person not being able to afford it, I say to you,
so why didn't you
$900
frame
PlayStation.
your poll as can you afford a Steam machine right now? Which is
Well,
what
first
the
I'm asking if
question
people will be
was.
getting one, and then is can they afford one? And we're going to be doing 2 polls. Yes, I get I can't afford this. First, we need to gauge how many people are even interested in the product. Because if you're not interested in the product, you wouldn't buy it anyway. So once we gauge interest, then from those people who are interested, you gauge can they afford it. You have to know if they're even interested in the product first.
Okay.
Does that not make sense? Like, why would I ask people who aren't interested in it what their thoughts on the price are?
You're talking to a group of gamers. Why wouldn't they be interested?
I'm a gamer. I'm not interested in this. I won't be getting a Steam machine. I'm not interested in the Steam machine at all.
People in chat have a fucking Steam account. Of course it would appeal to them, but not the price.
No, you see, you keep making accusations like that. I have a Steam account. I'm a gamer. I'm not interested in this at all because I already have a PC. So no, just because you're a gamer or have a Steam account doesn't mean you'll inherently be interested in this. That's the point I'm trying to make. There's a diverse market out there.
It should be, though. It should appeal
Why?
to them. Because they could put this thing at their TV. They can sit at their couch. Instead of having like a designated computer spot, you can cast, like, you have this at your TV. It is now your console. You can have it at your bed. It's supposed to be more accessible than your PC, right? To access your Steam. It should be something that people want.
But it depends on what you value. I don't value sitting on my couch and playing on the TV. I like sitting at my PC. If I had to just sitting on my my mantle or whatever,
because people don't play games with their kids or their wife or their significant other, whatever the fuck. Like you just said. Oh, you know what? Just go for it. Go for it.
My point is that different people will value different things. So when asking questions about what they will or won't want it for, the Steam machine, to me personally, has zero interest because there is nothing it offers. There's nothing that it offers that I value that even if it were $500 that I would buy it for. You could cut this price in half. I still wouldn't buy it because it doesn't do anything that I personally enjoy.
I would.
See,
because
you would.
I would play
we value different things. That's my point.
Oh my God. Okay, fine.
So we value different things when it comes to our gaming experiences. Do you agree with that? We value different things in our gaming experiences.
Sure. And people value being able to buy groceries over this.
That's an incredible false equivalency, just so you know.
I don't fucking care. I just don't fucking care. I'm so checked out of this conversation. It's insane.
Excellent co-hosting skills.
Yes, you can sit there and throw digs at me, but you know what? I can fucking leave too.
You can, yes.
How about you just shut the fuck up and go ask the next question? A lot of people said no.
Yes, you're right. Overwhelmingly, people said they would not be getting a Steam machine. So now the question will become, we'll start the new poll, which 82 votes. Nice. And is the 1 point price point too expensive? Poll is going now. People are going to eat before they buy games. You've never met hardcore WoW players. I mean, you can say she's right, but why? Let's see what some of the comments are saying. For that price, you can get a PC that can do other stuff as well. See, that is a fair argument. I'll grant that. You can. Now, again, it depends on what you value. People might only be interested in gaming. They might not be doing video editing or surfing Twitter or whatnot. But yeah, we should move on to the next subject. Well, I don't really have another next subject, so the argument actually really helped stretch this one out. I was really hoping she wouldn't agree with me. Going to the spicy anime girl. There's no way waste money that much. And that's fine. She makes me mad all the time.
WoW is $15 a month. Isn't that considered like that's fucking different? And plus, you can buy time on WoW with gold. If you're smart, you'd be able to play for fucking free forever.
What, WoW?
Yes.
Was someone in the comments use that as an example?
You did.
Huh?
You said
no,
WoW.
no, Cindy, I was making a joke.
No, if you don't know
Cindy,
about
stop.
WoW,
Let me explain the fucking joke. It was a joke.
Okay.
When I used WoW as an example, someone said that they would rather buy groceries than play games. The reason I said you've never met a hardcore WoW player was because there's cases of people being so addicted to WoW, they neglect their kids and let them die. It was a joke about how addicted to WoW hardcore WoW players are. That's it. Make sense now? Does anybody want a smoothie? Leon, Cindy? No, too much sugar. The real question is, will it play booby games as well? If there's any on Steam left after the payment processors are done, thank you for the 2-banger. All right. Now, Chad is saying that $1,000 is too expensive. And fair enough. It might be. If you can give it, Chad, if you want to try to explain why, I'm open to hearing it. By all means. For that price, you can buy a pre-built similar ITX from a factory, I think it's supposed to be factory, install team, OS, or Linux, but the Steam controller is still pay rent. Okay. So the question then becomes Nacho Ninja, because that's a fair point when it comes to pricing. Do most people understand Linux? And are people looking to value building a PC, or do they want the console aspect? Those are legitimate questions. I'm going to buy it because of the operating system. See? So people value different things. I couldn't give a fuck less about SteamOS because I don't know anything about SteamOS. The only thing that appeals is for the upper or middle class. I cannot afford it. Even if I get my job back, I wouldn't be able to afford this motherfucking thing. Okay? So that was why my initial question was, will you be getting one? I should have worded it as, are you interested in the Steam machine? That was a failure on my part. But would you even be interested in a Steam machine? Is it a good system? I don't know. Like you tell me. And Cindy, this one won't be a fight because I don't really have an argument for anything against this. Is having Steam as a system a good system?
I have no idea.
Well, I mean,
I literally have no idea. What makes a good system? I'd never own a console. I just have a Switch. How would I know?
Maybe I worded that poorly. What I mean is you use Steam on the daily, correct?
Yes.
So, and you made the argument that having Steam accessible on your mantle or wherever in your living room would be good, right?
Yes.
Then wouldn't that make a good system, having Steam in your living room? That's my question. Not a good system as in gaming system, a good system as in a system for accessing games.
Why not?
Fried her boobies, and now she's cooling down. I can't take the heat, get out the kitchen, I guess. If you're new to Steam,
I will leave. If you're gonna sit here and keep antagonizing me, I'll just leave.
I was answering the chat, Senny. If you're new to Steam, you have to rebuild your library. That's going to be the console devotees who think they're trying to bring with us. I'm on the fence about this one. Steam is probably trying to get people off consoles, yes, but also rebuilding your library on Steam is super easy and super cheap. That's the whole point. Like, I can't tell you guys last time I played. No, I can. Battlefield 6, the last time I paid full price for a game. Funnily enough, haven't even played it. So most people on Steam, the average dollar amount spent on games nowadays is $20. That price point's really only accessible via Steam. You don't get stuff like that on consoles.
I think Alucard has a good point. Ask if people, regardless of say hypothetically they could afford it. Money wasn't an issue. Would they buy it? I feel like that's a good question.
Yeah, I'll pull that. Absolutely. All right. If money was no object, would you be interested in Steam machine? Is that a fair way to phrase it?
Yeah.
Because, funnily enough, for me, the answer to this one is no. Now, again, I could be in the minority on this. I probably will be in the minority on this. But the answer to this one to me is no. I'm just not interested in the Steam machine in general. Even if I was interested in this product, why would I, as a consumer, be interested in a product I can't even afford? Oh, never mind. I'll answer the poll. Yeah, my question, because again, to me, the Steam machine does nothing. For a lot of other people, they'll find value in it. Like what you said, Cindy, playing it in your living room. I don't want to play games in my living room. I don't even like being in my living room. I built a whole goddamn command center so I could be in my command center. I'd rather put it into a PC. Not all of us are single cat ladies, Leon. See? Fair enough. But to be fair, if I wanted to do like party games or whatnot, at that point, I'd go the Switch over Steam machine. Rather pick sick PC with unlimited money. So even then, the poll's damn near 50-50. There's people that even if money wasn't an object, they're just not interested in the product. That's why I asked the first question about getting a Steam machine. And which, again, I should have phrased it differently. I should have said, are you interested in the Steam machine? But that's my point. Is not everybody even sees value in this. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
I'll experiment with technology. I do think it satisfies a different need. Steam Machine is used as a pre-built work PC. It has native Linux. Yeah, Steam OS I think is based on Linux. Yeah, and I'm almost it does more than just play games. Again, it is a low-end PC. Steam Machine is not catered to you, Leon. It's for people who want a console experience with their Steam library. Yes, by and large, I would agree with that. It's for people who want a console experience with their Steam library. And that is the point that I'm making is there's more that goes into making decisions like that. Like, most people, at least the way they should think, is not how expensive is thing. It is, am I getting my money's worth for thing? Again, you can go buy a $900 car or you can go buy a $9,000 car. Are you going to get your money's worth out of whatever you put into it is the question. Now, the $900 car might break down in 2 weeks, irreparable. Great. Now you're out $900. You got to buy a whole new fucking car. Or maybe you take real good care of it. $900 car lasts you fucking 10 years and you got it for a real good deal. Maybe the $9,000 car breaks down. Like, the point is, it's all about what you get out of the money you spend, not the cost of the thing. The money with no object, I would just build a high-end PC or buy a high-end PC. This conversation is all personal perspective. It really isn't, which is why I was trying to ask you, Cindy, to take yourself out of it and talk about generalities, because you keep saying
I said the average person cannot afford this because they could barely afford groceries.
Okay. Average median income in the U.S. Average median income in the U.S. is approximately $83,000, almost $84,000, $83,730. That's the average income. You're telling me if you're making $83,700 a year on average, you can't afford $1,000 console.
Are you taking in other factors like living expenses? Because people can't even afford rent. How are they going to afford this?
But you keep acting like that's normal. That is not normal. That is abnormal. Most people can afford rent, can afford groceries, again, the average is $83,000. The poverty line you're talking about would be people making less than like $24,000. We're talking like a nearly $60,000 disparity there. I'm not saying that this is
a conversation that you're just not going to have a good one with me because I don't know. I don't have the answers you're wanting. Well, I don't have the discussion that you're desiring here.
Which is totally fine. But when I say, hey, XYZ, like for example, PlayStations are $900, and you say that's unaffordable as well, it must be, because they wouldn't be selling them if people couldn't afford them. That's my point. Things don't hit the market after multi-millions upon millions of dollars worth of market research for them to not sell because people can't afford them. That's part of what market research is. So if it was priced at XYZ,
you're talking about things that you understand, but I don't. I just know that I have plenty of people in my life that are not able to afford things like this.
Correct. I do as well. And there's plenty of things that I'm not able to afford. That was never the question. The question was this price fair in terms of what it is offering you? Not whether people can afford it or not, is what it's offering you fair. Which is why I kept trying to compare to the PlayStation. If you just look at Steam in general, take the console aspect of it, Steam in general, what is a better value? A PlayStation or Steam? Like a Steam library?
I guess Steam.
I mean, objectively, wouldn't it be, because you've got way more games on Steam and they're all way cheaper? So if you've got thousands upon thousands more games accessible on Steam and they're objectively way cheaper, wouldn't that mean that Steam is the better value over PlayStation?
Sure.
So when I say value for your money, $900 PlayStation or Steam machine that's only $150 more, wouldn't it make more sense on average, not whether people can afford it or not, one would be more valuable? That is the question I've been trying to ask this whole time. Evan with 5-banger. There's also the consideration of your limit on how much money you can move. If you can't afford the $9,000 car, the value is irrelevant. Well, yes and no. Like, yes, obviously, if you don't have the money, then the value of it is different. But that's things that people value are always going to be subjective, right? Things that people value are always going to be subjective. Now, there's always going to be people that are priced out of XYZ thing. There's always going to be people that have all the money in the world, but they don't want XYZ thing. Look, Elon Musk could buy anything he wants, right? He's a let's say billionaire, trillionaire on paper. But does he? I'm sure there's things that when he goes to the fancy person grocery store, he's not interested in. So whether you have the money or don't have the money is irrelevant because we're talking within the confines of, we saw Leon hasn't. Oh, kicks. Oh, shout out, 1,000 kicks. Let me go up to this. Why are mom and dad fighting? Well, first of all, shout out Trauma Tuna. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for the 1,000 kicks, dude. Here we go. This is for you.
Find Peter Parker.
Who the hell are you?
Shout out. Thank you so much. But yes, the discussion that was attempted to be had, to continue answering a question, I think it was Otaku, was about whether or not something has value, not whether or not you can afford the thing. They're not going to, can't wait for SNH to let the rage flow. Yeah, SNH on Saturday is going to be what, if this is how my show went, because my show would never go like this, then yeah, SNH is going to be wild. I've heard of people using Klarna for DoorDash. Right. That is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. People value their DoorDash so much, they will take out a line of credit to order delivery food instead of cooking at home. Is it not objectively cheaper to cook at home? And feel free to answer that one as well if you want, Senny. Is it not objectively cheaper to cook at home?
Yes.
And yet people value their delivery fast food so much, they'll take out a line of credit for it.
I never said people were smart.
To be fair, I didn't say that you said people were smart, but yes. Difference is that takes effort. Correct. Takes effort. Now, entering the Steam ecosystem also takes effort. Entering the PC market takes effort. Everybody was a PC newbie at one point or another, right? Most people aren't, no offense, but like you, Cindy, most people didn't always have PC. Most people had consoles, and they eventually graduated to PC. It took effort to move to the PC ecosystem. If Steam is saying, here's a lower effort way to get into the PC ecosystem for $150 more than a PlayStation, some people will find value in that. PC market's fucked up, period. Yes, it is. That's due to the government and all these AI corporations, or not even AI corporations, all the people that make the parts that get sold to AI companies. Yeah, it's what's the word? It's an artificial scarcity. Please hold. You said cook at homes. They're just not. I'm moving on from this one. I will never be dumb or broke enough to lease a hamburger. You're fucking telling me. Such a nice one. What was that?
No, I was going to say I'll rather learn to make a hamburger than go and lease one.
Right. No, I agree. One time I was fucking stupid. I was like 18 years old. I was working at my first job. My coworker really wanted to go out for lunch that day. I didn't pack a lunch because I didn't really have any food to pack for lunch. Went out to work that day. He wanted to go out for lunch. I didn't want to look broke in front of him, even though I had like $4 in my checking account, maybe even less. And so we went out to lunch. I overdrafted my card. He's like, dude, did you basically just get a $32 hamburger? I was like, those are the mistakes you make when you're young and dumb and care what people think about you. All this is a more portable starter PC that's competing with better starter PCs, but at least beats current consoles. Yeah, I agree. Like, the small portable aspect is, again, going to be of value to some people. Not necessarily me, but of value to some people. I see the Steam Machine as more valuable than PlayStation 5 because of the library, but because other pre-builds are more powerful for better value, I may choose a pre-built over Steam Machine. That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. I don't know the average price of a pre-built. Here, let's go to Google Meta PCs. Let's go. If we go to Meta PC's website and we go to, Let's see. They're yeah. So it looks like their cheapest PCs, which $100 off, roughly same price, about $100 more. Yeah, because this is in late plug in Muddy Waters. I'd stop myself from ordering pizza because I didn't want to pay the delivery fee tip. Fuck DoorDash. Hey, again, I agree. My PC is 7 years old. Most people with the housing crisis, super high utilities, mortgage, rent, living expensive, raising children, even with over $20 per hour pay, it's too difficult to justify this. And again, for some people, that's going to be the case. Absolutely. That's why we look at things like average, household income, things like that. The cope for this absurd Steam machine price. Again, I'm not interested in the Steam machine. I've been saying since it was announced, I'm not gonna be getting one. Better hardware though. In what? The pre-builts that we're seeing here? Probably. I would imagine these probably do have better hardware. Missed a large portion of this conversation, but I do on Steam Deck. I was interested in the Steam machine until I heard it was 1,000. See? So my dick says 1,000 is too much based on the price. Fair enough. Frog says, if you buy one, you should get to hang out on Gabe's yacht.
I agree.
I don't know. I wouldn't go on a yacht for very obvious reasons. I rarely ever get delivery. I just drive and get it myself. So yeah, even that is better than getting delivery. Yeah, like if you don't want to cook at home, you at least go get it yourself. You're saving like $12. Steam machine doesn't last long as PC. You built it yourself. The Steam machine is pointless. If the Steam machine doesn't last long, that's really just going to be about how good you take care of your tech. I mean, my fucking Sega Dreamcast still works. So when you say lasts as long, like that's going to be dependent on you as an owner. Bought a civilianized Dragunov in 0.308. So that's super cool. I don't know if that's worth it or not, but that's cool. Switchable front covers on the Steam machine look cool, though. You can even have LED screens. I made fucking fun of that in my video when it was announced. I think that's fucking dumb. Yeah, your PS2 still works. Yeah, it's all about whether or not you take care of your shit. If you have a Micro Center near you, you can build a better PC for 1,000. The CPU, RAM, MOBO combo is OP. I'll take your word for it. I don't doubt that at all, by the way. But building your own PC will always be cheaper than buying pre-built, for sure. Some millionaire will say it's worth it. And some poor, why is this? Hold on, there's something over the screen. Okay, some millionaire will say it's not worth it, and someone poor will risk living on the street to get it. Value is too subjective. I agree with that completely, Evan. Yeah, shout out. Thank you for the 5-banger. That's why, again, when we're talking about the value, some things are subjective, others are not. Like, you can look at the average cost of games on Steam, the average cost of games on PlayStation, and like you're going to have an objective answer as to which one is more or less valuable. Now, if PlayStation, let's say, had exclusive games that you couldn't get on Steam, and you really value those exclusive games, that would change things. But by and large, it's mostly 1-to-1, with Steam having way more and for way cheaper. So like that sort of value is objective. But whether you want it or not, that's the subjective part. I'm a Steam simp? No, I'm a Nintendo simp. Thank you. Seething quietly from the other side of the planet. Yeah, it's pretty rough. I'm going to get an earful of it after the stream's over, but it's fine.
I'm not even angry anymore.
Book of Grudge for a 5-banger. Klarna's even worse than taking out a regular line of credit. Fat Files channel is a great video of the DoorDash Klarna. Really? You might have to do that on a Sunday special stream. Thank you for the 5-banger, homie. Embracing my backlog. All of us should be doing that. Even that's not objective value. It's an aggregate, and it's an aggregate and agreed on upon subjective value. All right, technically you're correct. I'll relent to that. Technically you're correct. Especially with all games being released on PC to Steam. Wait, with all games being released on PC to Steam. Oh, do you mean like that were coming from these other companies, like from Xbox, Sony? Yeah, if they're all coming to Steam, why buy the console? Exactly. Translation, she's still angry. She's lying. Good luck, Leon. We're all aware of the women in Wilds. No worries. You dropped mad soups. Much appreciated, Grudges. Yes, thank you so much, Grudges. Absolutely. Nintendo kind of they fucked themselves before Power World, but that made it a much bigger deal. ship has sailed, Leon. The ship has sailed. Should have apologized. I'm not going to apologize for attempting to have a conversation on a stream when this is our job. Sorry. No, I'm not doing that. But it is time to wrap the stream up because I've got to be on Nick's stream in 30 seconds, which we're going to raid right on into. So, as upstate spaghetti as you may be right now, Cindy, tell the people who you are, what you do, what you got going on, the whole nine.
I have a stream later tonight, so if you feel like coming to hang out, please do. It'll be at 11:50 p.m. CST. Otherwise, I'm going to go lay down.
Sounds like a plan. Well, I'm setting up the raid right now. We're going to raid into Nick, and then we're going to be reviewing the masculinity of Superman, the original Christopher Reeve movie. It's going to be a great time. Brilliant movie. Rewatched it today. One of the greatest comic book movies ever made. Thank you all so much for the donos. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the conversation. And remember, fuck Sega, fuck your source games, and Eevee is based. Deuces.